Yo, what's happening, YouTube? It's Post Retro Gaming. Last year, I did a birthday stream, and it was to showcase my GPD that I did an unboxing for. Well, my birthday's passed once again. This time, I'm going to showcase my 1UP Arcade that I modified. I've had this 1UP Arcade for a long time, and I decided very recently that I would break it out and just go for it and mod it. So, I'm going to be honest, I was never a huge fan of 1UP Arcade or Arcade1up because of the size and the buttons and all types of things. My mind has been changed now after I did the modifications and stuff, and I'll go over what I've done. First, my buttons are changed here. So these buttons I've taken out of the Ion icade. So I switched these buttons. I actually built this with the intention of never using the controls, because the idea was I would put a USB port down here, which I've done, and also use like arcade joysticks, this way, fight sticks, this way, you know, you would use a stool, you would sit down. It's very cumbersome for two adults to play on a 6-button layout. So I was against it from the beginning, and without the riser, you're playing on your knees. But if you sit on the stool, like so, you can play no problem, you know. Oh, these are the original buttons for the Arcade1up. I do not enjoy them, but it is what it is. And I left these here because they're just start buttons. No big deal. I think I'll demonstrate my whole process and what the idea was behind this. There's a PC in here. There's an i5 processor computer in the motherboard. I can't show you that because I closed it all up. And to the best of my ability, I wanted to make sure that I don't need to use a keyboard for any of this. So I've installed a trackpad and a 3-key keyboard to do certain things. So spin around the back here. I do have a wireless USB in there, but if I ever want to plug it in, I have the option to use a network cable. And I guess I have a 2-in-1 plug setup. All of these things you can get like on Amazon. I'm not going to exactly specify what these are, but I will list out what I have. So let's go ahead and plug this in. See if I can get enough slack over here. I didn't plan ahead. So if I'm moving too fast, I apologize, but please bear with me. Let's go ahead and plug this in. Give it a couple seconds. What I like about going back to the control panels, because there are only 2 buttons, if there were ever an opportunity for me to play 2 players, there's plenty of room for 2 people to play on this arcade panel. So without further ado, I will turn it on. And the PC that I used over here has a front panel for headphones and USB, as well as the power button. So what's going to happen here is, I guess you could see it on the other computer, the other camera, which is no problem. PRG is right here. And what I think I'll end up doing is playing with it a little bit. The idea, like, there are a few quirks with this. I don't know if I should list out everything that I have set up here. I did have to install my own monitor, so I replaced the 17-inch monitor with another 17-inch monitor. And I already mentioned the trackpad and the USB keys. I do have software installed, which is, can you see that? You can see my notes. You can see it's auto hotkey, which is great. One of the quirks is that in order for my keys to register, I have to unplug this and plug it back in. No problem. I did also connect the speaker. So the 3 keys at the top, there are 2 volume keys and my escape. So here is, what is this? 1945, whatever it is. You can select whatever game. Here are the original Arcade1up games here. 1944, Ghouls and Ghosts. I added Mighty Final Fight because why not? And Strider. So let's get into it. Shoutouts to my homie Percy. That's the background music here. So find them on Spotify. But this is a side one he's got. This is him IRL. So that's terrible, but that's how PRG does things. But I'm gonna list it in the description so you can find it if you like what you're listening to. And what I'll end up doing is putting. Let me mount this over here. So hopefully I can't see. I have something blocking. All right. So I also installed I'm not in here. What's up? I've also installed a generic USB joystick so that it's only one USB controller. The computer recognizes it as one controller. So your on and off is your coins, and start button's your obvious start button, and it works. So you know, I've got the trademark red player for player 2 and the black keys that's on my regular arcade. Everything works ideally like that. Yeah, and that's good. So see if I can. Volume goes up, volume goes down, and I want to exit the game. Ideally, there you go. Then we can move on to the next game. So you know, that's the basic idea of the Arcade1up. Once in my life I had the large arcade upstairs, and then there was a get-together, gathering that we had where I took the arcade and I brought it outside. That was an endeavor, but for any future gatherings I could use this machine here, which is a lot easier to move around. So this is how, you know, this is how it would be from now on. And for any games that I would play that require more buttons, I will plug in another a USB. So the one issue, I'm using MAME as the emulator on the back end. The one issue that I'm finding is I can't keep the buttons from staying on my arcade stick. So I'm gonna have to find a solution. If anyone knows a solution for that, please let me know in the comments, because I'm doing research, I'm trying my best, and not much luck so far. So, you know, I think I'll get it eventually, but we'll see. I wish that MAME had the ability to do like a hot quick mapping, you know, but you take what you can take. We've got Dolph Lundgren over here. Oh damn! And I've destroyed him. If he dies, he dies. So we'll move on. We'll get out of here. We'll move out of this. And I've got many games to go by. I've got other software installed as well. I've got Fightcade. I'm not connected to the internet, so I don't think so. But I shouldn't have launched that. But that's all right. Am I connected to the internet? I don't remember. That means I'm not. So that's fine. We'll close it. Well, I am connected to the internet. I'm not going to take any matches, obviously, on Fightcade, but, you know, it's good to see that it's working, and I am away. So there's that. And for other games that require 2 buttons, I've got TurboGrafx 16, NES, Game Boy, Master System, and of course I've got Genesis, Sonic, and everything. It only requires 1 jump button. Street Fighter category, you know, the basic things. But I guess I'll demonstrate the idea if I wanted to use a 6-button layout. So let's play Street Fighter 3. What I end up doing is taking the joystick here, the fight stick. Somehow I lost my USB. Oh, there it goes. Right here. Perfect. And for anyone who would join me in playing, you know what? I don't think this is going to recognize it right away. That's another... Yeah, that's alright. We learn while we do. But we'll try it. So I have an auto hotkey set up to go immediately into the MAME settings. So I would go into input for this game and see if I could set a start button for this, which doesn't register right away. No problem, it happens. We'll do the normal joystick again. So what I'll end up doing is seeing if I could exit and then re-enter. It's a work in progress. So, you know, there you have it. This is how the arcade is intended to work. I'm gonna do more research and try to get controls to work the way I want it to, but let's see. Start button. Not doing it, but that's all right. You know, we try different things, and then we'll fix that. But you can see games work, and I'd like to do this on the fly. Play these games without effort. But there you have it. This is my modified Arcade1up, and like I said, I'll leave in my description like all of the parts that I've used. But there's so many different ways to go about modifying an Arcade1up, and you know, it's up to you on how you want to do it. So that's the end of the stream. Well, that's the end of the presentation. Thank you for watching. Stay fresh, cheese bags.